to this week's episode of Whatever Happened to Fun. I'm Bella.
I'm Michael.
I'm Devin.
We have a lot to get into this week. Oh, also, this is my first episode with my new tan. I got really badly sunburned on my roof on Saturday morning.
Awesome.
I was so hungover, and I went up to, tan to make it better, and, it made it way worse because I got sunburned.
Yeah, he was really red. I got, a gorgeous base tan, and then Devin was in Florida, so she got
I
a real
have...
tan.
Oh, yeah, me leading with my tan as if I'm the one who was in Florida for a week.
No, yeah.
I was protecting my skin against that 11 UV in Florida, which is crazy.
Dreams.
But I did a good job because I still got a tan.
11 UV is crazy.
That's what it's frying their brains over in Florida
sun.
as well. Sorry to any listeners from Florida.
Michael, do you know who Whatever Happened to Fun is for?
Oh, Whatever Happened to Fun is for the girl who walks through Washington Square Park with wire headphones, hoping someone with a tiny microphone will stop them and say, "What song are you listening to?"
Wow, that was really good.
I literally think about this all the time because sometimes I'm listening to something that I'm like, if I were to ever get stopped, this would be bad.
No, yeah.
And I need to have backups in case I need to lie to the interviewer because I need to have 5 backups on hand to be I need something that's going to encapsulate my personality perfectly. And
Bella's
I feel
they can't know I'm listening to Sunset Boulevard.
title track.
No, I was thinking about that
Yeah.
today. I'm walking to work, but it's way worse than that because I'm not just listening to it on Apple Music. I'm listening to the, what is it, Tiny Desk?
The Tiny
Oh,
Desk.
Tiny
I haven't
Desk.
listened to. I haven't watched the Tiny Desk yet.
On YouTube, it's in the corner of my screen, and I can't close my phone or else it'll stop.
Yeah.
And I listen to it. I literally would stop. Restart. No.
More on him later
it's so
during
scary.
the Met
I need to
Gala.
watch that Tiny Desk. No, it's
really good.
for me, it's sometimes I am listening to LMFAO's debut album, Party Rock, from
Right.
2009.
But that's,
It's
cool.
I mean, maybe.
Well, I would watch that and be like, that person's cool.
Cool.
But
Because
if I
you
was
are you are my best friend.
Right. But if I was I'm listening to Cabinet Battle #1.
Right.
People might think there's something wrong with me.
Sometimes I am doing
No,
that
I
also.
am a lot.
Or I'm listening to the weirdest techno sounds in my
Mine-
ear. I'm I don't.
Yeah, mine would be I would tell them Whatever Happened to Fun is for the girl who's an Indian summer in the middle of winter, like a hard candy with a surprise
Guys,
center.
we have to
I
make
love
a
that song.
Oh, guys, if we have to make a pact right here, right now, that if we actually ever get stopped, we have to say that we're listening to our favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Whatever Happened to
Oh
Fun.
my god, that's really true.
That's probably what I would be doing.
I also
yeah.
have had a daydream of one time I saw Joe Jonas walking in Dumbo, because that is where I work, and that is I found out where he resides, or at least sometimes. And I wasn't so sure when I saw him at first because I would have stopped him, but then I got to my office, did some research, quick Google search showed that he actually does have a place in Dumbo. So I was like, okay, that was totally him. So I've made a pact to myself that if I ever see Joe Jonas on the street ever again, I'm going to use my precious time with Joe Jonas to introduce myself to him and just ask him to plug Whatever Happened to Fun for
Ask
me.
him
Can you take a
kindly.
picture with
Yeah,
this
take
podcast
a picture of this.
icon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, knowing Joe Jonas, he would post it right to his story. He
would.
loves
Yeah,
supporting.
Joe Jonas.
He loves
He
supporting.
loves
my
being in
people.
on the trends.
Yeah.
So Joe Jonas, if you're
He's
seeing
probably
this,
so dreamy
and
in
Joe Jonas,
person.
I saw you that one day and you looked really great. So
Yeah.
This makes me feel good about being an original Jonas
Oh,
fan.
he's single, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Yeah, he is.
Maybe that's what you can be asking him next time.
Yeah.
you see
No,
him.
I thought I'll spend 50% of my time flirting with him and then 50% of my time plugging my podcast.
Well,
I could
two in
definitely
the
pull the
same.
Riz on Joe. Yeah,
You're
I'm
allocating time if you ever meet Joe Jonas.
no, I thought about this, and every time I pass the street that I was commuting on, I commute still 3 times a week. I'm like, what if I saw you Joe Jonas again? So I think about it a lot.
No,
So-
that's fair. I would think about it too.
It's a nice drive, or a nice thing to be excited for when you're
Yeah,
walking to work.
because when I
And an ultimate
first
disappointment.
saw him, I thought this was before we had launched our podcast, and I thought I would ask him if he has streamed Mayhem by Lady Gaga. And that was what it was
He
going to
probably did. He seems in with that.
like it,
Yeah.
but- So that's just
Love him. My Jonas of choice.
Yeah, my Jonas of choice as well.
mine as well. If he happens to be listening to this,
Or the next time you see him on the street, you're on record.
I was a
Yeah.
directioner, but no hate to the Jonasers.
Yeah.
I mean, that was before
always wanted
directioners. Anyway, I just honestly, if we're being really transparent, when I was 9, I thought I was too cool for the Disney Channel, so I wasn't. And I'm not
there were
saying
shows
that I
like
was.
that?
I had an older sister. I thought I was really cool. It's whatever. So
Yeah.
I wasn't into the camp rocks, as much as I should
I
have
was
been.
so far into Camp Rock, you've never seen.
I do love Demi Lovato, and some of that is that her debut album. So good. So good.
I don't know if it's her debut, but probably. She's so good.
Yeah.
I listen
Like,
to that
the
actually
one
all
like,
the time.
how did you get here under my skin? One of the best songs ever. And she's like, and the one music video where she's like wearing the one glove, like she's like one fingerless glove.
I remember that.
It's like
Yeah.
ingrained into my memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That was a good era for her.
It really was.
Miss her, honestly. I listen to her music a lot.
Her older stuff is just some
So
of her.
I listen to her older music, yeah. But she did like a revamped album that's good
Yeah.
too, with her older stuff on it.
No, I
I
love
remember
her.
when she did that, yeah.
All right.
All right, well, how was Florida, Devin? Because I haven't really seen
I,
you since
as
got
you
back.
can see, guys, I'm drinking wine because I needed something to take the edge off no longer being on vacation.
Yeah.
Because here's
It
the
was a
thing
rough
about
transition.
it is, well, first of all, yeah, New York City has decided to welcome me back. They're punishing me, New York City, the New
Yeah.
York City gods, because I got back from 4 days in sunny Florida and it is terrifyingly gross. I touched on in
Disgusting.
Newark Airport. Yes, I did make it out of Newark Airport alive, if you're following that fiasco, but it was pouring rain and I was like, okay, this is how I get welcomed back. But yeah, it was really fun. I understand why rich people go on vacation all the time because it's just like I'm not someone who grew up like going on vacation a lot because I live at the beach. So don't feel bad for me. Don't feel bad. Hold your tears. Don't feel bad.
Please, don't cry for
My
her.
family lives at the beach, but I just mean like I didn't travel to destinations a lot.
Yeah.
And like going to Florida while you live in New York City, just like a long weekend in Florida, I was like, man,
Yeah.
that it
Yeah.
really is. And then you're just like, I get why Dua Lipa does what she does because,
Yeah.
I mean, I really, really think that I mean, my family, I was on vacation with my family and we were just doing what we do best, which is just laying, tanning, and drinking. So it wasn't anything different than what we normally do in the summer. We were just doing it
Not
by poolside in Key West.
Yeah.
And
that sounds so
it was
On
very
the other
cool.
side of the coast.
Yeah, and so a little bit about my time in Key West is that they plan it around the Songwriters Festival, which is like it actually is fun. It's a lot of country music. So 48 hours in, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard
Culture
Yeah.
shock.
I haven't heard a techno beat in 48 hours. But it so basically it's just like songwriters from all over the world like come and perform, and specifically at the hotel that we were staying at, like they do the Songwriters Festival like there. Some of the events go there, like it's all over Key West, but like Saturday during the day they had like it was basically like 3 acts of 3 and people like got up on the stage at the pool and like played, and some of the people are like songwriters that are a little bit more up and coming still and trying to get their name out, and some are like older people who have like written for like Tim McGraw or
so
stuff, like people who are like well known, and people who have like hits on the radio now that I'm not too sure of because I don't listen to country, but still really cool. You know, I have range, so I can lounge poolside and listen to country music. I
Yeah.
can do it. I can do it for a couple days.
Such a shock too, because the night before you got there, you went to see
Charlie XCX.
which Bella and I went to go on Saturday.
I was sponging in all of that energy, like really
Yeah.
absorbing it before I had a culture shock
Complete
in
180.
in the Keys.
Yeah, before it was all real instruments.
Yeah, no, yeah. So Charlie XCX started my weekend, and
Yeah.
then
That's
it was,
honestly
Kind of
amazing.
ended ours.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it really was
Wow.
fun. Like going to see Charlie XCX and then like hopping on a flight the next day is way better than like going to
So
see Charlie
Brat,
XCX
And then
and
having to go to the office.
and then having to go to the
or
office
something.
next day. Yeah, no, it was
True.
totally fun.
Yeah.
Well, the concert was
Life-changing.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
your main events of the weekend, right?
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I went on my friend's
I mean, we
birthday, which
went
was
out.
fun. Yeah, I had a really great time
We
on
both
Friday.
went out
but
until like 3 a.m. on
yeah,
Friday.
clearly I was
On
hungover,
Friday?
as I mentioned on
Wait,
Friday
what did you
night, 'cause
guys
I went-
do on Friday?
I went to my best friend's birthday party,
Yeah.
Emma, a friend of the podcast. It was
Friends
really
of the
fun.
podcast, And then
Yeah.
I went out with friends of the podcast, Avali and Tori. And
Okay.
we were out until 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But Michael did have a different type of liquor, like everything under the sun he did
He
consume.
did, yeah.
I actually had a pretty like tame and really normal night and like very like fun,
Yeah.
memorable night. And then I was just saying that to Michael. I was like, oh, like I only had like 3 or 4 or 5 drinks, like whatever. It was like a normal night. And Michael was like, yeah, I had like 25 drinks. And I was like, yes.
Well, I was at an open bar like situation,
different,
and it
yeah.
was cocktails
Okay,
at the open bar, which
we-
we do not. Open bars, it's well drinks for us. Like we
Yeah.
are
It's
It's
never.
very true, but I will say
experiencing
about us and
cocktails.
open bars is like we're getting our money's worth. We
Yeah.
are 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I
when-
tried basically everything. It was like, well, we went to dinner. I had like 2 bourbon cocktails. Then the signature
Starting off with
cocktail
bourbon is
at
fucking
the,
crazy.
I know, but it was like dinner. It was like
Yeah,
Southern food.
yeah.
And then the signature drink at this party was a vodka-based drink. So I had that, and then
yeah.
I had an espresso martini that I think was actually like rum. Like it was kind of the
It
situation
must
there
have been
too.
tequila. There's no way.
It
was
wasn't
rum.
tequila.
We
I
have
don't
had
know
a
what
rum
it was.
espresso
Yeah,
martini
I mean
before.
it was good. And then I had like a frozen mezcal one, a tequila one.
Yeah, you're got every color of the rainbow.
One, 2 shots. I don't know what they were. It was like, because it was just like, it was such a controlled, like nice environment too. Like we just had this little section to ourselves, which was really fun. But then that's when it really sneaks up on you. And
exactly.
I Ubered home, which is so rare for me. Like everyone knows me knows I'm always, I'm on the subway for, I'll take the subway whenever, but I did.
Yeah,
and it was really worth it.
If you say you Ubered, like, you know that a time was happening.
I wasn't even like that really off my rocker. It was just like normal.
The thing is about like mixing liquors like that is like you're gonna get more fucked up.
I did feel like weird
and more hangover in the morning, because like that is one thing I think on a regular basis it sneaks up on us sometimes. But what you learn like coming out of college, especially like I think I learned this after honestly freshman year is like don't mix your liquors. Don't.
Yeah, I always
or be strategic.
But you just have to. That's like I don't like to start with a tequila cocktail if I know I'm gonna be drinking vodka for the rest.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna drink tequila, and then that never ends.
There was
actually for whatever reason, Bella and I pre-gamed for Brat with margaritas, which I don't know why we did that.
But
so we did. We strategically. I did really well. We strategically switched to vodka for the concert,
sometimes
and
you
then
could
had
do that.
beer after, and it was pretty good.
Then we did go back. I went back. We had margaritas after the concert.
Oh, we did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we were
stuff.
freaky.
But sometimes, especially with the concerts, like those are more spread out. You have a longer period of time where you're traveling, not drinking, like taking a while to get drinks. Like you do have more buffer periods where it's like
no, there was a buffer period. Yeah, for sure. I did start with gin on Friday night. Now that I think about it, a gin matcha cocktail.
I also had a gin cocktail.
How was that? I've been wanting to try a matcha cocktail.
Really I
not
with
gin.
Like a matcha teeny with vodka, but it just was the only one with matcha on the menu, and I was like, you know what, like whatever, I'm just gonna have it.
That will probably be the next like espresso martini, I bet.
I think
because
the matcha
espresso martinis
have
kind of like peaked already, like
because
we still like them, but like it's not like the trend. And now I feel like matcha's
next.
I think I do too.
The thing about espresso martini is like it gives you something that not other Cosmos or vodka based martinis are going to give you. If you're drinking espresso martini, it's because you need the espresso as well. So the only other thing that could really substitute that is a Red Bull vodka if you're nasty, or a Red Bull martini, or a matcha martini.
I think I'm excited for the rise of a matcha teeny because, as you know, I'm a matcha.
I had actually to go back to the mixing conversation. There was one like when you're drinking on vacation, it's different because it's like
nothing matters.
You're nothing matters. I'm a little bit being more a little frivolous. I got my drinks charged in my room. I say I'll do whatever.
Resort, right?
Yeah.
So, it was
so there are drinks just being funneled to me or whatever. But it's also like if you have a long day ahead of you, start drinking at like 1 p.m. Also, me and my family are good at this. We're skilled. Like we know how to pace ourselves. But there was one, I think it was Saturday night, that just wound up being like a little bit drunker than a normal like vacation day. And I didn't feel well the next day on Sunday. Like, but it was more of like in my stomach, and that never happens to me. I don't really get like nauseous and stuff from drinking. Like I'll just get like a headache and whatever. Yeah. But it was like still like 2 p.m. the next day, and I was like, guys, I'm really still not feeling well. And everyone was like, well, the dinner, like something with my dinner got screwed up, and they had to rush like my meal, and they were like, maybe your chicken wasn't fully cooked all the way. And I was like, yeah, maybe my chicken wasn't cooked fully. Like, it wasn't the espresso martini I had after dinner, and it wasn't me switching to, the vodka iced teas during the day, and then it wasn't like whatever. Well, I had vodka iced teas during the day, and then it was espresso martinis at night, and then I had one espresso martini after dinner, just one. And then we had a root beer shot, because apparently you do that. It was good. And then this is where it really went downhill for me, because like I had Harry, you all know him, love him, my sister's boyfriend. He went to the bar to get friend of the podcast to get me a beer, and they didn't have the beer that I wanted, so he came back with a daiquiri.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then and like again, I'm not drinking like sweet daiquiris all the time. This is how we save ourselves. Like, we don't drink like crap like that. But I was just vacation Devin. I was like, this is so good. And then he got me another one. So I was like espresso martini, 2 daiquiris, root beer shot.
It's like that meme.
I really don't feel well.
Damn, my 6 martinis, 2 green tea shots, 3 high noons, all got roofied last night.
It's crazy. It was definitely the chicken that was rushed. That was not the daiquiris.
No, and it absolutely was a chicken, and you should call that restaurant and tell them about it.
Oh my gosh, you guys would have loved this waiter that we had at that dinner. Like, he was insane.
Not a good waiter bit.
No, you would have.
Pissed me off.
No, the waiter bit. The waiter bit of it all was like, insane.
Love a good
I can't even begin to describe this guy to you. But he was really angry when my chicken was not
He was
come
angry?
out. He
Oh
was
my God.
angry. He
And
got
it's,
really
definitely was his fault.
Yeah, I was like trying to figure out his vibe. Like, come on, was this your fault or not? But he was like, it didn't come out for like 20 minutes, and he was like,
stuck to his guns.
And I was trying to tell him I could eat the fish that they brought out instead, and it was not happening on his watch.
I'm
Not.
obsessed. There'll be none of that.
That was the vibe that he was putting. There will be none of that. Was the vibe that he was putting out. Anyway.
Well, the Charlie XCX concert.
Yeah.
Which Devin and I saw Charlie in
saw the
September. We
Sweat
saw the Sweat Tour,
Tour.
so it was her
Hate
and
them.
Troye Sivan. Bella was sick.
Yeah, I was
forget
sick.
why.
We
but,
got
that
like
was
you literally
already,
like rushed tickets for $70 that day. Like we were
Yeah.
not prepared.
Yeah, we were not. It was like it caught us. Like we did not have time to prepare for it, and it was also like the day she brought like Lorde out, and like Addison Rae came out. And obviously Troy was there, so like it was also
That
like,
was-
that
I was
was
thinking
such
that
a
was the
experience.
Biggest definitely moment of that tour because we got
Yeah.
Addison and
Yeah, we definitely had the
Lorde
best
like
show.
we
Yeah.
kind of
But this one, it was like I was very excited to see like just
Charlie in her element,
nothing else in
yeah.
her element, doing whatever she wants to do, and she like delivered beyond. It was
Yeah.
Oh my
amazing.
God, it was so
Yeah.
amazing. My legs from jumping felt like jello the next day.
Yeah.
Literally jello.
It was so
But
fun.
It was like going to church. It was really beautiful. I
And
don't know.
never have I ever seen so many Protect the Dolls t-shirts.
No, never.
But I guess if you are going to see them somewhere, it's the Charlie XCX.
Yeah, that's
concert.
fair. No, I
Absolutely.
think it's like I said to my sister too. Just apparently the word on the street was that the night one crowd, which I was at, was the lamest. But I still said like to my sister. I mean, it was a Wednesday night. I don't
That's
know.
true.
Yeah.
But I've never seen like. There's a lot of discourse with crowds and at concerts, and that was a crowd that, and I'm sure all 4 nights was like absolutely no one was giving lack of energy. Like
Oh, no.
people were like, I had pretty like I was in section 100, so I had a pretty good view of Charlie, but also like the floor, and like people were just like, and even in my section, like
Yeah.
people, there was just like no shortness of energy.
No,
like I
everyone
just
was
love the way
jumping.
that she can command a room like
It's
that,
insane.
especially
Yeah.
just by being one single person.
No, it is
on
like,
stage.
It's so incredible. It's literally remarkable.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's
happy.
just so fun. She just like creates such a fun environment. The production was also like the production in this one was like a little bit better than Sweat.
I
Like,
mean,
she
yeah,
could just do more with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told Michael it was
Um,
like because track 10 got a raise because
Yeah.
Well, I was saying to Michael as someone who is a newer Charlie fan, like, hey, I'll admit it, whatever.
Yeah.
I am a Brat like and fan,
But you're not you're a Charlie fan. You're not
I'm a Charlie
Brat
fan,
Yeah.
but like Brat got me into it.
yeah.
That track 10 on the Sweat Tour was like a life-altering experience, like, because I knew that song, but it was
Yeah.
a life-altering experience that I was not expected to be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
life-altering experience for me. And then it happened again at this tour with more budget, and I was like, yeah, this changed my life again.
It's like it's what her second to last song, or like
Yeah,
kind of towards the
because you
end.
know what, she
and
does
she-
that
it's
layout,
like
like she does all those
third
old
to
ones at the
last.
end, which I
Yeah,
kind of
'cause
like.
it's
Yeah, me too.
Vroom Vroom. No, it's Party
she
for You.
starts it with Party, yeah.
Yeah.
Then she has Vroom Vroom, which is obviously fan
Yeah.
favorite.
I felt like I was
Yeah.
literally
It's
flying.
I know
And
that's how I
then-
felt during the Sweat Tour.
Yeah.
Like I had like a
Oh,
come
yeah,
to God
Sweat
with
Tour
Vroom
was
Vroom
like-
too. I was
yeah.
like,
I love that.
And then for those who haven't seen like videos, it's like she does track 10, which is like a track off of her seminal Pop 2 album, and like it just starts raining, and like
and
it's
the
like
way she just
pouring
moves.
rain,
I mean, the way
and
she
it's
moves
just,
throughout the whole
like,
show, but like the
she's
way
so,
she moves
like,
during it,
focused in a way too, and
So
it's
good.
just like so incredible to watch her perform like that.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking during the concert, because I forgot that it was going to happen after track 10, it's like, I don't think I've ever felt more high than when she started singing I Don't Care, I Love It, just
Yeah.
because it's like
Oh
such
my
a
God.
fun way
you
to
like
end
forget it.
it.
Yeah.
You forget about it,
And you
then
like
you're
forget how much
no.
like it actually is going to deliver. Like
Yes.
it is.
It's honestly
so
such a
fun.
great song.
Yeah.
I said to my sister, it's crazy how she will never not sing that song.
no,
Despite
I
giving like
think-
Brat
yeah.
as a cohesive
But
project
it
as her
is,
most
like,
famous
it is
project.
Brat,
Like
though. That's the thing.
I mean, it's so
So
Brat.
she kind of like alternates. I think from like what she's been doing. This is my first tour of hers that I've seen, but I think like from what I know, it's like she kind of has been alternating between singing that one at the end and Boom Clap. And like this is totally not a Boom Clap concert, but I think like the Crash tour,
Yeah,
it kind of
was.
fit in with
Yeah.
that a little more.
I think
And
I would
so
riot if I got Boom Clap.
Yeah,
I would be
no.
excited, but like not. This is not the moment. I love boom clap, but like this is an I love it environment.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like you have to like place it. Like if it was on Brat, we probably wouldn't think anything of like it was just a Brat song. Do you know what I mean? It fits perfectly.
Yeah. You could Bratify that track. I would actually love like a TikTok DJ to do that, like taking that track and making it Brat.
She crashified boom clap,
which
is why I think it worked so well. But like but I think it's like I don't care. I love it. Like works so well with Brat, but you could also probably do like something cool with it. But I liked the way she did it. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's perfect. It was perfect.
The whole thing about Brat Summer not ending. It's like we don't really know what she's.
I wish I didn't watch that at the video from Coachella. She does it because it's so beautiful at the end, and I like knew it was happening, and I was like, crap. I wish I like didn't know this was happening.
I am a little bit happy I did because I would have thought she was like, oh my god, she's announcing something at my show, and then I would have like gotten too excited. So like I was happy with the expectation.
It is like.
Although I think she changed it for the last night.
She did change it for the last night.
She just basically like said Brat Summer is not over. Instead of being like, I don't know.
Is it over?
Yeah, is it over? It's like, no,
she's like, I'm not ready for it.
Well, because she also, last week before the Barclay show started, she posted that TikTok that she was just like, I think it's interesting. I think I get the idea of artists being really famous and then disappearing for a while because they understand the ebbs and flows of everything and they don't want to see too much pushback, but I'm also interested in the tension of like staying too long. And I think that's very interesting, like of that, of her, like to get that insight of hers. Like
it is interesting that she's thinking that and saying that out loud, but obviously it's not done because she keeps changing that damn album cover.
So what are we doing?
Like she can't, like she's not gonna change it to that and then that's it. Like clearly that's
that damn album cover.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I don't know what it's gonna be.
It seems like Brat is like burning to me.
My like prediction is like she has like some movie coming out called The Moment, I think it is.
And
it's like
heard of that.
Kind of has been like trickling into the Brat universe. So like I'm wondering, because I don't think people really know what The Moment is. Like I'm almost wondering if it's like some sort of like Brat film. I don't see her releasing like Brat 2, the album. Like I just don't.
I mean, we already have a remix album.
We have 3 different albums basically. So like I think that like a sort of, I don't think she needs a documentary, but some sort of like movie. I don't know. It could be a visual album. I don't know, but like I think because one of her Coachella billboards, it said like teaser or like The Moment on it. It was like that like film clapboard, and it said like it. I think it spelled The Moment, but The Moment also was spelled teaser or something. Like she did something where, and so I think that this film is like something that we don't like. I think it's something we don't know what it could be yet. I would love some sort of like meta film too. That's like Charlie.
I also think like I'm not saying it's nothing. I'm just saying like we're so Taylor Swiftified in the way that we have to think like this has to be for this project, this other project, or this hit has to be for this new album, where it's like
change the album cover because
I don't know. It could just be. I saw someone saying like when it's burning because it's turning orange that now she's a spoiled brat, which is so funny. I mean, that doesn't mean necessarily. Also, not credits to me. Credits to whoever said that. I'm sorry, I don't know, but
I mean,
interesting take on it. I don't know.
I'm excited to see what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to switch to something that's really pissing me off right after such a happy place like Brat. Actually, Bella, can you hand me your phone with what I'm about to talk about?
Yeah, sure, Michael.
My phone's charging. So there's a movie coming out that's I'm really like mad about it. It's the live action Stitch. And I am a huge, like, I grew up really liking Stitch with my family. Bella, I know you were also a Stitcher. Devin, I know you weren't a Disney, so you're sitting back.
To harken back to me not being a Disney gal. No, so I remember that there was a TV show, and I recently was talking about this, and I was like, yeah, I watched Lilo and Stitch, the TV show, but then my sister or whoever I was talking about it was like, yeah, but I think the movies happened first and then the TV show happened, and I was like, I don't really know. I don't remember anything from my childhood, so I don't really know, but all to say is I maybe watched a little bit of the TV show, but that's it.
All right, well, everyone walk with me on this because there's a character in Stitch, and
you know him, you love him.
Their name is although definitely in the series or like in the original movies was he, but it was Pleakly, who was I guess a cross-dressing alien, a drag queen alien, gender fluid alien from probably today's standards.
It's an alien. So.
Yeah, Pleakly has always been just like a hardcore hardcore cross-dresser. And it was like when they were in disguise. And it was always the funniest character too. And then now in the new movie, it's being played by Billy Magnuson, and in this, like, basically the director, like, confirmed that Pleakly will not be, like, wearing a dress in the movie, which I'm so sad about because I was excited for that. Pleakly was ahead of their time as an early non-binary character. Like, do you remember in the other two when he gets cast as non-binary water in that movie? Or like, you're the first non-binary water drop in a movie. Like that was
oh my gosh, and then it's like terrible, and then it's like
that was it was basically this. And so Pleakly was like a drag icon, and now I don't think it's unconfirmed. Like we haven't really seen much of Pleakly, but I'm sure they're not letting Pleakly be, which is like remember in the White Lotus when they like revealed that like one of the characters had a non-binary child, but they actually took it
scrapped out the storyline.
Like, this is a much bigger conversation. I mean, obviously
but they didn't want to like half-ass.
Like so I get it, and also I'm also not really that mad about this, but like also wouldn't want the actor who is definitely just like a straight guy to be like cross-dressing, because like I think like today's current standards, it's like, is a man dressing up as a woman like a punchline necessarily anymore, even though it can be fun. But I understand that too. I just think they shouldn't have cast this guy as this character. I think it should have been like, I don't know, James, or like Cole Escola.
Right, like something like that, or even like in a white chick's way, like doing it in a way that's like, because it was like, it's so funny because like he's an alien or they're an alien, so they didn't know. So when they come to the real world, like they're in a women's costume because they like. There's definitely a tasteful way to do that, but I mean, there's a lot of discourse.
Well, and also just based on what you guys were saying, like this is I
want to make it very clear that I'm not excited.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna go see it.
I'm gonna see it, but I'm not excited about it.
Based on what you guys are saying, this is the point of the character, right? Or this is a lot of the point of the character. So why are you
come to the
adding
to find Stitch?
So what is the if that's the character, that's like kind of what they do in the original source material. Like, why are you?
I'm sure Disney having them open themselves up to like.
Yeah, and like they.
But I mean, they've already did that. They already did that when they aired the movie originally. Like, I get it's cartoons, but it's kind of just like, if this is the archetype that the character is, then why are you messing with the original?
I know. I wish he was still wearing that like black bob wig. That would have been so
and, like,
iconic.
The red lipstick and the little...
It was so fun.
It's just like, but it also goes back to like Disney doing remakes, and it's kind of like, I'm like 50-50 about remakes, but in my opinion, it's like, if you're not going to give the people what they want, then why are you doing it? Because like that's where the money's going to come from.
Also a larger conversation. This could be its own episode about like remakes and stuff, but it is just kind of like, do we need live action versions of everything?
No.
Pleakly
like,
was
are you
like
just
my niche character of
running
too? Like, I don't
out of
even
ideas?
know if people really remember.
Like,
it is, and you know what I like there are certain things that I understand. They want to bring it to life. It's Disney. That makes sense to me. But it's like, again, you are Disney. Let's do it tastefully. You don't have to like pump out all of these things. People already love the Disney whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. And there's discourse about, because this is set in Hawaii, correct? Mm-hmm. About like the sister, I forget what her name is, and who they casted for it. Like they were saying she's not Native Hawaiian.
Oh, I remember this a long time ago now. Like, so who is the actress that they casted?
I don't know who they casted. She's not Native Hawaiian is what I know. And they were like, you couldn't have found a Native Hawaiian person. I'm sure you
could have.
Yeah. You could have.
Also, again, going back to this conversation,
I'm sure 1 million girls.
If you needed to do this, then you're going to do it right. Then do it correctly.
Yeah, correct it instead of going backwards.
Like,
so
I'm sure there's a million.
Because I'm sure no one was on there. I'm sure that no one was on their hands and knees begging for a live action Stitch.
No.
So it's not like, but it's not like that there was like this crazy demand of it.
No.
Like, I don't know, maybe say for like something like The Little Mermaid, right? Where it's like,
that makes sense.
Okay, so no one is forcing a gun at you, pointing a gun at your head and making you do this. So you don't have any excuses to do it incorrectly. You're going on your own accord to do this. You're getting all this budget, and you're still not casting the correct people or not making the correct choices. Like, what is the point?
It is crazy. And, like, these things are in production for years. You couldn't, like, take the time to find the right people.
Yeah, I mean, they could have figured it out, I think, in my opinion. I mean, this has turned into a longer tangent, but
But it encompasses the Pleakly situation.
Well, I'm just mad about Pleakly. I love that character. And he's literally that.
The whole bit is like Pleak. They like turn. It's like this like Hawaiian dude sitting on a bench with an ice cream. They turn, and then Pleakly like loses the wig, so it's like an alien head with a woman's like dress on, and the guy like drops his ice cream. But they switched it to a snow cone, and everyone's like, "Damn, you couldn't even keep the snow cone in it."
I'm mad about the cross-dressing, not about the snow cone.
But I think it's like they can't do anything right. Do you know what I mean? Like even the smallest detail, they can't get right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need it to be like a frame by frame. I'm just saying, why couldn't they cast some twink as like Pleakly?
Yeah, they should have. It would have made
it's always so fun because they're like an unspoken couple too.
I just think like Disney has run out of ideas. Like,
they need to like
come up with better original ideas before you start like.
Yeah. What was that? Go back to the drawing board.
Again, longer tangent. What was that like? That celebration movie that they did.
Wish. I saw that. Yeah.
Was it for like the 100th thing?
Person.
Was it like 100?
Yeah, it was like 100 years of Disney.
Don't out Disney my Disney.
I said I'm not a Disney person.
I thought you said I'm kind of a huge Disney person.
No, I'm not. I mean, I did go to Disney World.
Me and Michael are not out Disneying each other for not Disney.
I didn't see Wish.
Yeah, that's my point.
Which was cute.
It's like they tried to make this such a big deal, and then it's like not, because you can't come up with like better original source material anymore.
It was basically like the birth. I think like what they were trying to do was like Wish was like the birth of like Disney magic, technically.
Of the birth of I Wish.
And there was original music written for this movie.
Yeah, by Julia Michaels. It was good. It was Ariana DeBose.
And it's like, but do you know a single song from it? Like nothing is stuck, nothing has infected into the culture, nothing has
I think my overall is like I don't care about Disney. I care about Pleakly enough to be mad about this, but I don't care about like I have no dog in the fight with Snow White. So like I actually kind of wanted to see that movie. I didn't end up seeing it, but like I was mad about like Gal Gadot being bad, but like I wasn't like pissed off about Snow White in that sense that I think a lot of people were, or like Little Mermaid didn't care. Like I loved that movie, but I loved the Little Mermaid movie. I didn't care that like they changed a song or whatever, like because I just personally don't have that attachment to it.
Yeah,
but like obviously I do have attachment to like Stitch, and I'm mad about that.
I agree with you. I don't have an attachment to almost any Disney thing, but I think just from like a larger cultural standpoint, it is just like you are the biggest corporation, and there's just something to be said about the decline in terms of their impact on original movies, which is why we are not finding them anymore. It's why they're turning to do stuff like live action.
Take our business to Universal for Wicked.
Ooh.
Thank you, John Chu.
Yeah, that's all to say about that. Basically, bring the cross-dressing back to Stitch, and we can all be happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we'll, keep this lawsuit off your hands, Disney.
Well, speaking of cross-dressing, the Met Gala was last night.
That was good.
The theme this year was...
Yeah, can someone tell me the theme? Because here's something about like the Met Gala. I feel like particularly every year the Met Gala comes around, and then it's like everyone starts judging the outfits without remembering like what the
super
theme
fine
was.
tailoring, black style, and it was also like dandyism.
Yeah, well, the issue is everyone thinks that the Met Gala is just the camp thing every year now. I feel like I feel like a lot of people look back on like a lot of fashion people that I follow, I think, like look back on that like Met Gala is like the Met Gala that ruined the Met Gala, because it's like now everyone just thinks it's supposed to be like the craziest big costume, where like I'll actually say like my best dress of last night was Lorde, because I thought she really encapsulated the theme a lot, and I thought she looked really chic, really good, and like simple is good sometimes for these. And I thought last night was a lot simpler than it has been in the past.
I think like there is a difference between like just judging any old red carpet of like this person looks good, this person looks bad, and you have to look at this night and be like, this person looks good, but like for me, if they're not on theme, then that doesn't count. Like I don't like if they're trying too hard to look good but it's not on theme, like I think, and as like
don't just like wear a
as
dress
ex-theater kids, we take themes really like seriously here, like following themes, following suit, embodying something. Like you've been lucky enough to be invited to this, like make sure
that's exactly what it is. It's just you've been invited to this and you're not going to follow the theme. Like that's so rude to me.
However, I will say, because this has been an issue in the past, this is why I bring it up, like so many people don't follow the theme, and I will say a lot of the sentiment online is saying like this is the best dressed Met Gala and the most followed theme that we've seen in a really long time. Like overall, I feel like I mean, tell me if you guys are seeing something different, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot of, like, overall, this is one of the best Met Galas we've seen in recent years.
I thought everything, like, I personally didn't think anyone looked bad. To the point where I was almost like, can someone show up looking good so we have something to talk shit about on the podcast tomorrow? Yeah, she was my worst dress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was so good because of, like, the homage to dandyism. Like, that's why.
It was, I feel like it was something that people didn't want to mess up, which is good.
Taken more seriously.
I just thought, well, like I said before, Lorde was my best dressed in my opinion, or one of my best dressed. I just thought she captured it so well. I really like, she's also, like, not really a red carpet girl, so that was also just, like, very exciting to see. I really liked the gray on her. I really liked how it was just kind of like the one sort of like area over her chest being held up. It was also pretty non-binary.
Well, that's what I just saw that she said in her interview to Emma Chamberlain, like, this is
how I'm feeling.
Kind of how I'm feeling, like, gender-wise, and also that it was an Easter egg for her new album or something.
Yeah. But I thought she looked fabulous. She was my fave. Yeah. I think. But there's also other ones I like too.
My favorite is Zuri Hall's. I just think it's like perfect. Like, she did like the off the body suit. Like, that's so cool.
That is really cool.
And honestly, I love anyone who did pinstripes. I just love pinstripes.
A lot of pinstripes,
but I thought, like, everyone just looked really chic. But I don't know. There's something that I love about Zuri's outfit that's like, it is like a man's suit, but then it's like off her body. Like, that's
I think what this Met Gala gave us a lot of, which I think is really cool, is like, especially women, like, toying more with, like, masculine silhouettes and stuff, which I really like. Like, I really liked Doechie's, actually. I liked her.
I love Doechie's.
First of all, like, I mean, she's just so beautiful, but I love, also, she's a bisexual woman, so I think she's, like, the perfect person right now to be, like, playing with, like, that sort of presentation of like, this was the perfect place for her to, because we've seen her look feminine, we've seen her look amazing recently, like, feminine, and, like, this was just, like, I loved the suit, I loved, like, the cut of the shorts on her. I just am saying that because I think I saw some people, like, not love it so much, but
no,
I saw some people about that, and with other outfits being, like, boring, try harder. But to your point, Michael, like, if you're following on theme and your outfit is interesting and you look great, like,
it doesn't have to
it doesn't have to be insane. It doesn't have to be some crazy thing.
I think the best we went with camp last night was Demi Moore as the huge tie, which I thought was fun. And it's like, we can have a little treat. We can, like, kind of, and it was still kind of like a pinstripe tie. Another fave of mine was Coleman Domingo, who did kind of a tribute to Andre Leontali, who was such a like, pioneer in that landscape.
This one,
Tracee Ellis Ross looked fabulous. Zendaya, of course.
I think Zendaya always looks amazing, and I mean, she can rock she can rock a dress, she can rock a tailored suit. Like, she looks so incredible.
Yeah. But that's not to say that Kendall Jenner and Hailey Bieber looked good. They looked very bad.
And to go back to the boring thing, I just want to say that you actually can be too boring, and sorry, it's...
That was bad. Like, that to me is
not so, like, more so Hailey than Kendall, I will say. I was really bored by Kendall.
Kendall tried a little
Kendall's, like, back silhouette also was actually, the silhouette was actually very lovely on her.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. I'm looking at it now.
But still, it's like, I could buy that at Zara. I promise.
Hailey's is like, I could have styled this from Zara.
Like, to me, that would be like, if I was Anna, I'd be like, you guys are never coming back to this ever again.
Yeah.
That's how I would feel.
It's not going to happen.
The Kardashians and that clan, they're always gonna.
And Kim looks great, I thought.
Well, Kylie looked. It's so interesting how Kylie can pull things off, and I'm not saying, like, Kendall's was bad. I'm just saying, like, I feel like with these, because this is not the first Met that I've thought, like, Kylie executes this so much stronger.
Yeah, Kylie looked great. I saw some hate on her outfit, but I really did love it. I didn't love Kim's all that much. I thought it was, like, fun and, like, whatever.
My issue with the Kardashians, which is, like, I'm not going to get into all of it, but it's basically, like, in my mind, it's, like, they have so much money, so nothing they do will ever be bad.
Yeah.
Like, they always have enough money to hire the best.
Year was bad.
What was last year?
She was wearing, like, a sweater. Remember? She was like, I'm wearing this because my corset's so tight I can't
breathe. And I got this from my boyfriend's car.
Yes, literally.
Oh, I forgot.
I've been off Kim from Met ever since the Marilyn Monroe dress thing pissed me off. She was like, spent all her carpet time talking about how she, like, lost 15 pounds and she already, like, weighed nothing, and I just am like, I hate her. So
and it was just like, well, that's the
honestly,
thing.
like,
it's like anytime a Kardashian does anything, it's like, yeah, you did nail it because you have so much money. Like, Kim's a fucking billionaire.
Like, she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah. Well, when Kim released that music video, it's like, yeah, this is good with that I'm watching it, but it just has no soul behind it because nothing they have has any soul behind it. It's just kind of like, it's not, yes, you did it perfectly, you executed it well with the best of the best, but it overall just has kind of less passion and drive behind it because you didn't do any work for it.
Yeah. I think, like, obviously they'll never be probably uninvited unless something crazy goes down, but I think at least what I would like to see is that, like, Kim doesn't have to be one of the last people to show up. Like, for her and the year that her and Pete went together, like, that's fine, whatever. Everybody was waiting for it, obviously. But it's like, I was going to bed, or, like, whatever. It was later, and I still hadn't seen anything of Kim. And I was like, you're not who we're waiting for. Like, if you could just, like, fall in line a little bit more, I don't know. It was, like, you're not who we're waiting for at this point. Yeah. You're not.
Nikki looks good.
Like, you're a little bit... I thought a lot of the men looked really good.
A lot of the men
Sydney Sweeney also bored.
No,
Sydney Sweeney's, I don't want to...
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney and Miu Miu was just
was
not...
like, hi, I have boobs.
But, like, this... I didn't like it. It was boring.
That's what she always
I
is.
thought, like, she has that, like, boxer role coming up that's much more masculine. So I was actually excited to see her.
Yeah. I would have liked that on her.
I give Sydney Sweeney one pass, one carpet where she can say, hi, everyone, I'm the most beautiful person ever, and I have huge boobs. And I'll give her that pass. But, like, that's not the...
But you gotta be more exciting now after that. Like, you gotta be...
A$AP Rocky looked so good.
Oh, A$AP Rocky.
I think a lot of the men looked good. I think A$AP looked really good. I think Shabuzi is awesome. And
I actually liked
is
Bad
interesting.
Bunnies as well.
I liked Bad Bunnies. No, there was a lot of men who
showed
executed this.
Going back to Doechii, also best use of a cigar throughout the night was Doechii because also Madonna had a cigar. I'm trying to think of who else had a cigar, but there was a lot of cigar usage. Sabrina had one, and I know that there's no, like, smoking allowed, but I think Doechii did light her cigar.
Period.
Which was fun.
She won't be
Madonna looked good. Madonna also used to wear a lot more suits, like, back in the day. So that was, like, fun. A good throwback to see.
Yeah. I actually... Also, on the suits thing, I thought Lauryn Hill had one of the best looks of the night, too.
Always.
Because she also, I think this, I don't know what about this specific theme told people to, like, not play with color, but it's May, and you're in New York City. Like, you can play with color still. And I think Lauryn Hill's yellow just, like, it worked really well on her.
Yeah, and I liked Cardi B's green very well.
Yeah, that's why it was so jarring because there was so much black and white that anytime someone did wear a lot of color, it was like, whoa. Escola was, like, bursting in color, and, like, obviously we mentioned Shakira, which I think we would all
well, that just didn't work.
Favorite.
I mean,
it was just bad.
I will say that I'm not, like, not to completely contradict what I just said about color, but I just don't think that pink is, like, her color. That light pink is necessarily...
J-Lo dress. I feel like I've seen J-Lo wear that before.
We've known Shakira to be copying every celebrity right now, so...
Yeah. Also, it was a miss for Shakira.
It was a miss. But, like, besides that, there's no one that's, like, bad sticking out in my head.
My worst dress is Barry. I don't know how to say his last
name. I didn't see him.
So it was boring. I fear he
got the theme wrong, like, very wrong.
I didn't do enough, like, research into what he wore, but it was just kind of, like... I feel like he's also someone who can really rock a suit and, like, would also probably look really good in a lot of the stuff that people were wearing last night. And it just didn't, like, the sleeves didn't work, the whole, like, belt thing. That? It just, like, didn't fully deliver.
Maybe there is something that I'm not understanding behind that. But
I think there is something behind it.
I hesitate to make too much, you know, like, I hesitate to say anything too definitive about these looks just because it's, like, there's so much thought that goes in with, like, this artistry behind it.
Gigi Hadid's, and I was like, okay, you're not on theme, but then she actually was referencing someone that was on theme. So we can't be too.
But I would just say that I think that silhouette was great, but I just don't like that gold on her, actually. So I understand that, but I didn't like the gold itself.
Sophia Richie, like, just showed up in, like, pretty much what I would assume her to wear, like, on a normal night.
Wait,
that's how
really?
It felt to me. She was just, like, wearing her slick back bun.
Like a blazer.
And, like, no, I mean, it was a dress, but, like, it was a white dress. And I was just like... Are you getting married? Like, it just, like, really pissed me off.
That's stupid. And the dress looks amazing on her, but
she looks beautiful, but you're
again, yeah, but the bow, there's no, what was it? Corseting was, like, a big thing, or, like, tailoring. Tailoring was a big part of it.
That's
so, like,
fine.
no, I don't see that with this either. I just see it.
Yeah, this is, again, to say, going back to what I was saying before, is, like, this isn't it, like, she looks incredible, and I love that silhouette on her. I love that dress, but you not putting enough effort, or so I think, into how you were really dressing for the theme is a no from me. It's
Imagine
just a no.
like these people are like they've really put so much effort and like had like this huge thing about the theme, and then we're all just like,
well, that has been true in the
just, like,
past.
shitty podcasters
But some people who have literally no idea about fashion. We're fashion police.
Disclaimer: we don't really.
I liked
Doja Cat looks great, I think. Obviously, Nicole always looks really good. Dua liked a lot. I saw a lot of people not liking Dua, but I liked it. I liked her version of the tailoring. I thought sort of like around her waist is really fun.
And she like, did you watch the video of her? She like started with the jacket, and then the second thing, like she took them off on the carpet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I thought
Sabrina looked fabulous.
Sabrina looked fabulous.
I do like that color on Sabrina.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Miley had a really great top, and like her shoulders look really good. I wish the skirt kind of delivered more, even if it was just the same
at the top.
Or if there's more tailoring, something.
I don't love
it. But I like it. Don't love it. It's not her best look.
Wait, I have a question about Sabrina. I've seen some controversy about this.
What?
People were saying like she stuck to the theme and also got her own like branding in it. Like it's very true to herself. But then people were saying like they didn't like that it was very much. It was just still her.
I feel like it's not really even her style.
No, I mean she's wearing a leotard. It is her
but
style.
Like I think other people could wear that. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's very Sabrina Carpenter.
But I would rather her wear that.
I'm not mad at that though.
I'm not mad at it. I love her.
Yeah, she still looks great, and I think the colors. I think the colors is a nice change of pace for her, and it suits her really well.
I also think a lot of this is like taking the theme and putting it into your own style too is like important in a way.
Vision.
Put it in your own vision, like be original.
Like that's what everyone's doing.
Sabrina was kind of true to herself in that sense.
Yeah, I did get a few texts asking me if she was wearing a wig or not, and I was like, wow, I feel so knowledgeable. She is.
Yeah, she's wearing a wig. Audrey McDonald looked incredible. That was one of my faves. Yeah. I think everyone
also Diana Ross.
Really
Diana Ross. Also one of my faves was Tyla, because I think she, to be fair, I think she's just someone you could put anything on and she will look good. She's never looked bad.
It was wrinkled, but I didn't get that at first glance.
I think it was just like really simple and really nice, and maybe. Yeah, I see that. I'm not sure how much of that was on purpose, though. I don't know. She's just, and I also feel this way about Emma Chamberlain, actually. You could put anything on them and they'll just look amazing. But I think Emma knows how to dress herself, and like, I want them to stop, like, take her off doing the fucking red carpet interviews and just let her be a guest there. Yeah, unless that's something she still wants to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it is, but she looks so good.
She looked really good.
She knows how to, like, she really is someone who. She's an influencer turned celebrity that actually does it correctly.
Yeah.
And knows fashion.
Was she on Vogue?
Yeah, Emma's.
That's good for
Tyla has become kind of like last year she was absolutely the best dress. Like that stand outfit was crazy.
I forgot about that.
I mean, and a lot of like, I think it's cool. There is something to be said about when you have a body like that. Like, is it skinnier as an outfit? Sometimes. I'm not talking about like her bigger outfits. I'm just saying in general, it's like, you could wear a paper bag and you could look amazing.
Right. She does have an insane body.
I think a lot of times simple is best too.
I think Tyla's is a good mix of like, you executed the theme, it is simple.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Oh, I really liked Jenna Ortega's. She wore like safety like
and you guys saw her at the Brat concert.
Yeah, she was our Apple girl. I wish she wore that.
I was like, did she bring anyone out? And they were like, yeah, Jenna Ortega. And I was like,
well, she really wasn't the Apple girl.
Well, it was Romy Mars. Yeah. Who I didn't know who that was. But
I kind of felt like Jenna was like so awkwardly in the back.
Well, I feel like Jenna probably felt awkward because Charlie was like, it's Romy Mars. Yeah. And like Jenna, she seems like someone who like kind of tries to play it cool a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So
like she was fully
she didn't want to seem like someone jumping into it just to be in it. And so she probably like maybe second guessed herself in that moment.
Possibly.
Cynthia Erivo.
I didn't know who
Janelle Monáe. When she had the 2D version in front and then took that
Janelle
off.
Monáe ever freaking missed?
She's never has missed ever in her life.
Dressed
by Paul Tazwell, who is the costume designer for Wicked and Death Becomes Her on Broadway. Wow. And I also think Hamilton. So great designer. Yeah.
Great designer. Love him.
And La Roche ended up walking after Zendaya walked, and he looked really great too.
Okay, to wrap up our Met Gala, Katy Perry once again steals the carpet with an AI photo.
Well, has this like the third year in a row this happened?
It's definitely
I remember this last year, but I don't remember it being as big of a deal this year.
I ran
because I think people know.
I saw that on people's stories.
Again, people fell for it.
And Michael and Harper were both like, love.
I slept through the entire Met Gala, so.
But then I was like, I'm not going to say anything. And then
I never believed it.
I saw.
Can we talk about her response to it? Because I'm confused by what she meant.
She was just like.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She basically, so last year it was that garden dress that looked like incredible. I fell for the one last year.
Twitter.
I can never fall for it because if she looks that good, I know it's fake.
Well, basically, I'm on like Katy Perry Twitter, and so I saw all her fans be like, we have to do this again, basically. Like, they were throwing a bunch of shit at the wall to see if it stuck, just like making a ton of AI ones. So there was like probably like 5 different AI Katy Perry looks that I saw, and then that was the one that ended up getting picked up. And like Vogue Philippines posted it on their Instagram, which also
really?
Yes, and which is also horrible for them because they're probably supposed to get like photo usage rights, and like it just shows that you guys just like used a random like picture you took off the internet, and like MTV posted it. Like, it was crazy.
I saw multiple people that we know posted on their stories. It took everything in me to not swipe and be like, this is AI.
Yeah. So basically last year that was posted, and then like the next day Katy posted it on her Instagram, was basically like, I was a little bit busy this year, didn't make it to the Met Gala. She literally posted, it was like you swipe over, and it's like a picture of her in the studio because it was when she was recording her new album. And then like yesterday, someone like put the music over the clip of her because she like muted it when she posted it. And yesterday, someone put audio over the clip that she posted last year in the Met Gala, and she was literally recording Woman's World. Like you could like see it in her lips. But then the third one was like her mom sent her the AI picture last year and was like, I didn't know you were going to the Met Gala this year. You look great. So like it even like tricked her mom. Yeah. So then this year she was like, I was actually with my mom year when another.
But why? I don't. She said something like, but I feel sorry for you guys or something like that. It was like something like, am I not? Like it's something like
pull it up.
Weird, and I was just confused.
Shocking. Katy Perry being strange.
Breaking news on her Instagram.
Couldn't make it to the Met. I'm on the Lifetimes tour. See you in Houston tomorrow. This year I'm actually going with my mom, so she's safe from the bots.
But I'm praying for the rest. What does that mean? I'm praying
for
the
you don't fall for the AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
so she's safe for the bots.
Certain people we follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was with her mom. I mean, love that look. I wish it was real.
Yeah, it's a great look.
That's how I felt about last year's.
Yeah, last year's was also really good. I like this year's more, I thought. Me talking about this as if it's a real look.
That would have been iconic.
Yeah.
It would have been really cool.
She honestly, it's because I listened to a podcast, and the podcaster's wife is Katy Perry's stylist, and actually she always is really good at the Met Gala. Like, she always puts in the work, because look at her, like after the fucking burger and chandelier, like when she got this new stylist, like this was that year for like the Gilded Age, and I think that looks good.
Yeah, she looks fabulous.
I think she was on a lot of best dressed lists that year, so like, yeah, guaranteed to wow you. So like, I think she would have probably looked really good, but like I wish the burger, that was from the camp year. That was my favorite year of the Met Gala, but also was the year that ruined the Met Gala. I liked when she was the angel. That was really fabulous with the huge wings. Chandelier, I could take or leave.
Chandelier, I need to leave. For sure.
But yeah.
That one's
so once again, Katy Perry. People may not like her, but she still was in the headlines. Yeah, she's still making the headlines. That's all I can ask for. Yeah.
Best dress of the Met Gala 2 years in a row. Didn't even attend.
What can we say?
Katy AI.
Yeah.
Well, closing thoughts. Pretty good year.
Pretty good year.
I thought it was a good year. I'm very happy.
I am not Joan Rivers fashion police.
Yeah, we're not at all.
But I think overall, I agree with.
But I always love to watch. Yeah.
I love to watch. I agree with what people are saying. I think it is one of the best executed Met Galas we've seen in a long time.
I do too.
Yeah. All right, well, that is about it for like pop culture hot topics. We can move into our party girl of the week, our notorious party girl of the week. And this week it is my fave, Cole Escola, because they were in the Cosmopolitan, the Cosmo quiz. Did you read all the answers? They basically have these like I didn't even watch it. I want to buy this in print because I'm obsessed. It's like this incredible spread of photos.
Yeah, it's very
basically,
fabulous.
I guess Cosmo has like their classic like questions that they ask people. Cole is probably like 30. But for age, they said 64. This is not my age, but certainly an age. Pick a blind that worked for you. Pick a blind that's worked for you in the past. Are you gay? If so, why? Favorite dating app? Uber. Person I would get most starstruck by is dead. Secret I've kept for too long. It burns when I pee. If I could put anyone on the cover of Cosmo, it would be my fans. Both of them. Relationship status? No. Never again. The last person I DM'd was not happy to hear from me. Which I really relate to those in so many ways.
Funny. And they're back in
O'Mary
that we have
which
to
we're going to go see.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Before Titus comes back.
Wait,
I'm
also
excited.
I watched the quiz where they do the like, is this rich or expensive or not?
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny. There was one where they gave them 2 wigs. Oh my god, it was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen.
They're so
Their
funny.
Timing is just...
Didn't they start acting like the wigs were like dogs or something?
Yes, it was so funny.
I think I forget who it was on the red carpet last night, but they were like, because Cole, for those who don't know, stars in O'Mary, and they created this play about Mary Todd Lincoln as an alcoholic cabaret star, and someone was like, what would Mary Todd Lincoln be doing if she was here tonight? And Cole was just like, she'd be pissing everywhere.
Literally.
Also,
which is true.
I also loved that Met Gala look as well.
Yeah,
so
they look. They always
fabulous.
look really good. They are like in like the fashion game. Like they're always in New York Fashion Week stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Someone could be so talented, like in all
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
We love to see it though, and we love to see something thriving on Broadway. That is,
yeah.
They were nominated for a bunch of.
I
think it's really funny that like
that is anything.
They were nominated for like a lot of Tony Awards, and I really love that Cole Escola is gonna win a Tony Award over like Jake Gyllenhaal and like George Clooney.
Yeah, manifesting
that. This like crazy woman in pigtails.
It's
gonna be so funny.
Yeah.
On the opening night of O'Mary, I watched the video and like they like had to make a speech and they were like so flustered, like just to the audience. So like they were like about to make their speech and they were like, well, I'm gay, and like that's like all they said to the audience. It was so funny, but yeah, Cole Escola, notorious party girl of the week.
Yeah. I'm rooting for Cole to win that Tony a lot, and gets the notorious party girl of the week stamp from us.
I need to see O'Mary.
You have to see O'Mary. We all have to see O'Mary.
Yeah, whatever happened to fun field trip to
O'Mary. Yeah, field trip.
Comment down below. You have to buy your own ticket and also our tickets.
And also
And we don't even have time for a game this week, but maybe next time we'll take the Cosmo quiz that Cole Escola took. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, that's really funny. Maybe we should do that to each other.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like if I brought in tequila and I was like, which is, I mean, we would know. Yeah. Like, which is the expensive, which is not. But we could do it with something.
We could do it.
That, like,
maybe.
We could do it with,
we've never like
we could do it with tequila and get drunk, so.
Perfect. I think that might be in the cards for our next episode, which is going to be really fun, you guys. Stay tuned. I'm excited about our next episode.
Everything is fun and everything is awesome.
Yeah. And whatever happened to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening this week.
Yes.
Make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening to this. Like our video on YouTube.
Yes.
Leave a comment. Comment
subscribe.
And leave a comment on like what your favorite Met Gala look was and your least favorite.
Yes.
We would love that.
Follow us on Whatever Happened to Fun Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Whatever is 2 words.
Yep.
And then Whatever Happened to Fun is everywhere else. YouTube. Substack.
And it's all around you as well.
Substack.
So if you're wondering,
if you're looking for it,
if you're catching yourself wonder, just find it.
Yeah. And next episode, we are going to be breaking down Lena Dunham's big announcement that she has left New York. So if you want to do some homework before next week, maybe if we want to dive into that, but we'll be doing plenty of an explanation.
You have homework on this podcast. We gave you 3 weeks to spring it on you, but we give you homework on Whatever Happened to Fun. So
it's due next Wednesday.
It's fun homework, though.
Yeah, it's like when your teacher gave you just like a word, like match definition to word or something as a quiz instead of like something hard.
Yeah.
Homework.
Yeah. Whatever happened to homework? We're bringing it back on this podcast, actually.
Fun homework, yeah.
Fun
Could
work.
be good.
Fun.
All right, well, thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.